Hey, do your dance, girl. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Jay. So we getting ready to go into our basic fundamentals of marksmanship. Okay, basic fundamentals of marksmanship. Within everything that we do, we must first lay a foundation. All right. Then after we lay that foundation, then we start building upon that. Okay. But without the foundation, boo boo, without the foundation, we don't have anything to build on. Okay? So we got to lay that foundation right where we need for it to be. And that's what we can do right now. Okay? So let's talk about our stances. There are two basic stances when we talk about firearm training. Okay? You have what stance is that called? I like when you got into it. What stance is that called? You went there. You went.
I don't know what
there.
it's called. I just know what to do.
Okay, that's called the isosceles stance.
A
Isosceles stance. Okay, you did great by going there. Okay, so I'm proud of you on that right there. You're gonna be a quick study, an easy teach. I'm telling you right now, easy one I ever made. Easy one I ever made right here. All right, so that's called the isosceles stance. Okay, so you already went into it. We don't even have to explain it. You did it great. Do it again for me. Bam, you're doing it great. That's great. Now. Point out, use your hand like it's a gun, and I want you to point your gun. Okay, all right, cool. But I want you to change it to go here. Okay, cool. Just use your fingers. Good.
Okay.
And go here. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You want me to hold it like that? But you want me to hold like I'm gripping it.
No, you don't, because when you was holding like you was gripping, you was holding underneath there, and that's not how you grip it.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna talk about wrapping that hand around. Okay. Your thumbs on top of each other like this right here. Okay? That is the proper grip that we're going to talk about, and we're going to incorporate your gun into that grip.
Okay.
Okay? So, all right. So good. Relax. Good, good, good. So get back into your stance. Isosceles, go. All right. Point your gun. Okay. Good. Wrap all fingers around. One thumb on top of the other, just like that. Okay? Bam. Just like that. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Now, back into your stance. Get back in your stance. Yeah. Arms up. Now, correction we're going to make into your stance, in your isosceles stance. Now, poke your booty out and lean forward. Lean forward some more. Lean forward some more. Good. Right there. Okay? What we want you to do is lean forward to get ready to embrace the recoil. Because the gun is going to come back. Okay? The gun, if you're standing, stand straight up like you were. If you're standing here, it's going to drop you back. Exactly. Okay? So bend your knees, butt out, lean forward, bam. And that's where I want you at, to embrace the recoil.
Okay.
That makes sense to you? And relax. That's called the isosceles stance. Okay? That's okay. I understand. Believe me, I understand. Okay? So that's called the isosceles stance, okay? Mm-hmm. So are you ready for the next stance? The next stance is called the weaver stance. Say that with me.
Weaver stance.
Weaver stance, okay? Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right.
You are right-handed, okay? Excellent. So let's talk about the weaver stance, okay? So in everything that you have two of, there's a dominant side and a non-dominant side. If you have two arms, there's a dominant arm and a non-dominant arm. Two hands, same thing. Two eyes, same thing. Two ears, same thing. Two legs, 2 feet, everything. Dominant side and the non-dominant side. Realize, without realizing, you have already created muscle memory between the two sides, okay? I can guarantee you, when you put your pants on this morning, you put one leg through first, then the other. And you do that each and every time you put on a pair of pants. If you're left-legged, you will always start with your left leg first, and then you will put your right leg in. You do that every time you put on pants. I can guarantee you that. Because we are creatures. Oh, I promise you we have. When you put your shoes on, you put the same shoe on at the same, every single time. You will put your right foot on, right foot in first.
I put my left one on first.
Oh, okay. But do you normally put your left foot on?
Yeah. I mean, I still use this side.
Right.
Yeah.
But you would do the same thing the same way without.
But I use this side because it's more.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that when you put your shoes on, every time you put on your shoes, you always put your left foot in first.
Not all the time.
You don't think so? Pay attention to it more.
Okay. You can me paying attention now.
Yeah, pay attention to it more. Matter of fact, when you go to put on your pants, if you do this first, stop. And then put the other leg in first. And I can promise you it's going to feel awkward. You're going to be like, ooh, that don't even feel right. You don't realize it, but you actually do the same, because we are creatures of habit. And we do the same thing the same way each and every time. We're creatures of habit. You remember in school, the first day of school, before the teachers assigned seats, right? That first day that you went in that class and you sat down in that seat, right? You want to go back to that seat. Although there's no assigned seats, the next day you go to that same seat, and the day after that, in church, the same way. All right? You go to the same place in church, sit on the same pew, the same location every day, and let somebody be in your seat in church. Oh, it's going to be a girl fight up in there. Oh, now that helper know that that's my seat. I sit there every Sunday. How dare her come and sit in my seat? We're creatures of habit. And just like that in firearm training, we got to create another habit that we don't even think about, a good habit. Creating muscle memory, okay? That is so important, creating muscle memory. So, you have a dominant side and a non-dominant side. If you're right-handed, that's going to be your dominant side. If you're left-handed, then that's going to be your non-dominant side, and vice versa, okay? So, with that being said, the Weaver stance, you are going to step forward with your non-dominant leg. Non-dominant leg. Good. All right. As you're stepping forward with your non-dominant leg, you're going to slightly bend that knee. Good. Okay. Your dominant leg is going to stay in a straight lock position, toes pointing towards the target. Okay. The non-dominant leg, when you step forward. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. I feel you. So, reform back to standing side by side. When you step forward, all right, get into that stance. Just don't step straight forward. What I need for you to step is forward and out to the side about 6 inches. So you're going to step here. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? Just like that. Everything points towards the target. Your toes towards the target. Your knees towards the target. Your hips towards the target. Your chest towards the target. Your head towards the target. Your arms towards the target. Everything is towards the target, okay? So, let's go with your Weaver stance again, and Weaver. Good. I want you to get used to bringing your gun up and pointing your gun out, straight in the middle of your chest, and relax. Weaver. Bring your gun up. Straight, yes. Now, stay right there. What you want to do in that Weaver, again, you want to lean forward. Beautiful upper torso right there. That's where you want to be at. Keeping a balance, keeping a power, keeping a straight. Weapon right in the middle of your chest. Relax. Okay? Weaver. Good. Now, it's going to know if you're not leaning forward enough, because that's going to rock you back. Okay? All right? Okay? You see the difference? It's gonna let you know. All right? Weaver. Good. Relax. Isosceles. Good. Lean forward, stick your butt out. Bam. That's what I want you to do.
Like I'm gonna do a squat.
Like you do a squat, but don't go a deep squat because I don't want you shaking. Okay? Don't want you legs are shaking. Okay? So when you come to that isosceles stance, only thing you're gonna do is go lean forward and back in. Lean forward and back in. Lean forward and back in. Slightly squat, stick your butt out, chest goes forward, arms straight in the middle, back in. Okay? Got it? Yep, just like that. Just like that. A Weaver. Now, you don't bend that back leg. Keep that back leg straight. Yep. Keep the back leg straight. And Weaver. And relax. Now, let's talk about the proper grip. Can you say proper grip?
Proper grip.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she got swag. Y'all like that right now. Okay, so let's talk about the proper grip of this gun, okay? So, you see where you have the natural curve on your rear strap, on your back strap. You see that right there? So your C in your dominant hand is going to choke up high, right on that natural position. Okay? Now, your bottom three fingers is going to wrap around the grip and the front strap. Your trigger finger or your index finger is going to go along the frame. Okay? So, after you do that, that will be your one hand grip, bam, right here. Okay? Never put your finger on what? The trigger. Good. So now, what we're going to do with our off hand or our non-dominant hand, we're going to bring our fingers and thumbs and we're going to close them together. Okay? Then we're going to wrap our palm fingers around our other fingers and we're going to close them up. Now, here comes the beautiful part. Look at these thumbs. Okay? Look at the thumbs. You're going to close up your non-dominant hand on the gun and place the thumb right there on the frame. Okay? You see that? You're going to place the thumb right there on the frame. You with me? Now, your dominant hand, you're going to take its thumb and bring it right on top of your other thumb. Okay? Those thumb positions is what I call sexy thumbs. Say that with me. Sexy thumbs. Sexy thumbs. Bam. Okay? So, first position is I grab, bottom fingers go around the grip and the front strap. Trigger finger goes on the frame. Bam. Non-dominant hand wraps around my dominant fingers underneath the trigger guard here. Thumb goes along the frame here. Dominant thumb goes along the non-dominant thumb here, securing the grip. My dominant arm is going to push out. My non-dominant arm is going to pull in. That's going to stabilize the weapon in. Okay? You got me? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so let me see your proper grip. Okay, good. Bring that thumb up along. See how this wrist is angling down? Angle that wrist up. Bring it on up. Good. Good. There you go. Beautiful. Sexy thumbs. Right there all day. Hold on. Don't move. They got to see these sexy thumbs. All right. They got to see this. All right. Bring that weapon up. Proper grip. Good. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Look at them sexy thumbs. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's them sexy thumbs right there. Yes, ma'am. Look at that grip. That's what I'm talking. Yep, and relax. Okay, that's beautiful. So let's go into that one more time. Okay, are we ready? Weaver. All the way up. Yep. Okay, good. Good. Not on that trigger, girl.
I was trying to get my thumb right.
Okay. All right. And relax. Isosceles. Beautiful. And relax. Now.
I ain't push up.
That was good. Okay. Now, let's talk about, that's our proper grip. Let's talk about aiming. Okay. So, with our aiming, we're going to talk about non-dominant eye in a minute. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about that. Go
so
ahead.
why does she have her? Is that only because she has a revolver?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a revolver grip. But you see them sexy thumbs? See the sexy thumbs? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right? So let's talk about eye dominance test. Go ahead and place your baby down on the table. We're going to do something to determine which one of your eyes is the dominant eye. We need to determine which eye is your dominant eye. Okay?
Don't get too close. I'm going to get cross-eyed.
No, you're not going to get too close. All right. All right. So,
Okay.
you see this little circle right here?
Mm-hmm.
All right? Now, with both eyes open, I want you to make a triangle, just like I have. Small, just like that. Good. Very good. Now, I want you to put this circle in the middle of your triangle, keeping both eyes open. Okay? All right. Now, what I want you to do is slowly bring your hand to your face. Slowly. Slowly. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Okay, good. I see you. And relax. Put your hands down. Okay. Now let's verify that. All right. So go back out. Stick your arms back out. Make the triangle. Good. Now slowly, both eyes open. Make that triangle smaller. You're cheating on me. Make it smaller. There you go. Now keep that circle right in the middle of your triangle and slowly bring your hands to your face. Go. There you go. Slowly. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. And stop. Got it. So you are right eye dominant. Okay? Huh?
How you know that?
Because your hand will automatically gravitate
To the eye.
to the eye that is the strongest.
Okay.
Okay? Your hand will automatically keep that circle in the middle of that triangle and gravitate to whatever eye is the strongest. Okay?
You know a little something, don't
Don't tell nobody though. You know, they don't like educated Negroes. Okay, so that's very good. So now we know what eye that you use in your sight alignment, in your sight pictures. Okay, so let's talk about receiving proper sight alignment. Okay, so the sight alignment and your sight pictures are two different things. Your sight pictures is an incorporation of your sight alignment plus the target. Okay, so again, your sight alignment and your sight pictures are two different things. Come and pick up your baby for me and get back over your spot. All right. So when you look, because you have a Glock, okay, you have a U-shaped rear sight. You see that U-shaped rear sight? And you have a circle front sight. Okay? So your sight alignment would be putting this circle in the middle of that U, right? Keeping everything flushed or level and keeping everything even from left to right. Okay? Flush, level, and even from left to right. You with me so far? All right, excellent. Now, your sight picture incorporates your target in that equation. Okay? That means now I must focus on my sights and my target. Now, it is a scientific fact that you cannot focus on more than one thing at one time. Okay? You can't focus on more than one thing. So, when you start aligning your sight picture, you have your target, you have your rear sights, and then you have your front sight. Okay? If you look at this picture right here, what condition is your target in? When you look at the target, what condition is it in?
What you mean as far as like how it's centered?
Yeah, no, how the clarity?
Oh, it's blurry.
It's blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? When you look at your rear sights, what condition are they in?
Blurry.
They are blurry. When you look at your front sight, what condition is it in?
Clear.
Clear. Okay? So, when you are aligning your sight picture, the target should be blurry. Your rear sights should be blurry. And all of your focus should be on your front sight. You would place that dot on top of the target, right on top of it. You shouldn't see no part of the X of the target. So that dot should cover the X. Okay? So when you look at your sight picture, it should look like this. Just imagine that this was the U. Okay? Everything should be in a straight line, and it should be flushed and even up and down. Okay? You with me? All right. These are just some different sights that your gun may have. That's all that is. Okay? Just some different sights. So let's talk about our breathing control now. All right? Now, what I want you to do, keeping both eyes open, okay? I want you to just stick your arms straight out, hold your weapon. And I want you to focus on your front sight right here, okay? Keep both eyes open. Now, only thing I want you to do real quick, take a deep breath. Let it out. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Take a deep breath. Let it out. And stop.
I see it moving.
You see it moving. Relax. Breathing control is so important for you to minimize the body movements so that you can stay on target. Okay? Breathing control minimizes the body movements. Okay? So, right before you pull the trigger, you need to pause in your breathing momentarily. Hold your breath. No more than 2 seconds. If you have held your breath more than 2 seconds, then you need to reset. Okay? That means you need to open up both eyes, let your eyes reset, start back breathing, and let your breathing patterns reset. Okay? So, right before you pull the trigger, you need to close your non-dominant eye and then pause in your breathing and then pull the trigger within 2 seconds. All right? You with me? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about trigger control. Trigger control is so important because that can throw off your shot. All right? With trigger control, if you put too much finger inside of the trigger, you will pull the gun to the right. All right? If you don't put enough finger on the trigger, you will push the gun to the left as you're pulling the trigger. So the key to trigger control is that you find just the meaty portion of your finger and then squeeze that gun straight back. Okay? So, what I just said is an example right here. Not enough, gun goes to the left. Too much, gun goes to the right. Meaty portion of that finger, middle of that middle finger, or the meaty portion of that index finger, right on the trigger and squeeze it straight back. So I'm going to show you an exercise that's going to show you what your gun is doing right before you pull the trigger. Okay? So what I want you to do is go ahead and rack your weapon. Okay, release the slide to the front. All right, get your finger out the trigger.
I thought you wanted me to.
No, not yet. Not yet. Okay. I want you to turn around. Face the wall. Now, ROTC, I like that. I can teach you some things then. All right, let's do this. All right.
Okay.
What you're going to do is go into an isosceles stance. Isosceles. Lean forward, get all the way up to the wall to right before it touches it. Step forward. Right there. Okay? Now, what I want you to do now is pull the trigger slowly. Good. Rack it again. Release the slide to the front.
It's gonna keep doing it
because the mag is in. The magazine is in. All right? Good. Until I tell you to pull it. All right? And right against the wall. And slowly pull the trigger. Good. Now that time it dipped a little bit. Did you see that dip?
Because I had too much in there.
Because of your pulling the trigger. I want you to see how the gun moves when you pull the trigger. Chamber it again or rack it again. Release that slide to the front. Alright. There you go. Alright. Point and squeeze. Perfect. Alright. We're going to see how much you remember that when we get over there to the range. Okay? That was great. That was great. Okay? So that's your trigger control. Now, your follow through, excuse me, your follow through, my sister, is nothing more than you setting up your next shots. So what helps your follow through is a nice, firm, but not death grip. Okay? You want to get back on target as fast as you can. Okay, so therefore, as I am shooting my gun, as I am shooting, pow, back on target. Pow, back on target. You try to minimize the recoil or the movement of the weapon caused by the recoil. Pow, back on target. Pow, back on target. Pow, back on target. Pow, back on target. You pushing out with your dominant hand, pulling in with your non-dominant hand, creating stability and control of that weapon. Okay? Push, pull. Stay back on target. Okay? And pull and stay on target. Okay?
I ain't ready.
All right, you with me on that?
Yeah.
So that would be your follow through. Let's set up our range procedures. Okay? This is what's going to happen when we go to the range. Let me pause this. Before I pause it, let me make sure the gun is